What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Ghouls Gaming and Tech channel. We have another case video right here for you guys. If you guys are new to the channel and you don't know, I like to keep these videos short and sweet, especially these case videos, because I know you guys are important, you have things to do. So I like to get you guys from point A to point B as quick as possible without wasting you guys' time, because you're important. And like I said, you have things to do. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you're new or returning, make sure to hit that like button. It's definitely appreciated. It's the best way that I and YouTube knows you guys enjoy these type of videos. And also, if you would like to become a member, feel free to do so. This is an Urban Armor Gear case right here. This is the Urban Armor Gear, or UAG dot case. For those who haven't heard of UAG, they're a pretty reputable case brand. Urban Armor Gear dot case right here. This is the ash color. You can find this on Amazon. The link will be in the description below. The price on this bad boy is $44.95. Again, that is basically $45. Y'all know I like cases 30 bucks and under. Some of them get a little bit above that. It is what it is, but 45 bucks again. And I also understand people don't have a little OCD like me. I switch my cases damn near every week, if not multiple times a week. But most people, they're probably one or two case people, and they'll rock those cases all year. They won't change it. They won't even take their phone out to clean it. I've seen some disgusting phones and phone cases because it just they're married, they're one, they never come apart. But that's not me. I switch my cases so much. So 45 bucks for one case. Again, I try to make the most sense because I'm buying like 20 cases, or I'm getting 20 cases. So, you know, if you're normal, unlike me, one case, two cases, 45 bucks for the whole year, or however long you have your phone, it makes the most sense. All right, next thing we're going to get to is the cutouts and the buttons. So as you can see right here, we have a huge cutout for the camera plateau right here. You have a button for your action button, your volume up and down rockers right here. You have this little dot design. Ooh, I like this. This is nice. You got some UAG branding right here. You have a MagSafe ring, which we're going to get to in a second. You have your power/Siri button cut out for your camera control, and at the bottom you have lanyard cutouts and cutout for your charging port and speakers. Now I love cases, and I think pretty much every UAG case comes with a lanyard cutout, because these are for people who kind of are outside a lot. Maybe you're hiking, biking, swimming, I don't know, doing construction, anything like you're active. You want a UAG case because they're made to withstand those type of environments. Next thing is the feel and the grip. The feel right here, or just all around, it's like a hard plastic, you know, pretty sturdy, pretty solid, not too much give in any department right here. Even with this little slither of piece right here, it's still pretty solid. Only way this is gonna break is if you cut it with something sharp. So you're good. The edges right here, pretty solid, pretty firm, except when you get around the buttons. Obviously they need to have a little give, but outside the buttons, like this plastic basically does not move. The feel on the side, or the grip, is pretty smooth right here. I wish they would have put a textured design. If they would have even continued this little dotted pattern and put it on the sides for the grip, that would have been awesome. But it's pretty smooth, and even right now I have kind of moist hands. Texture right here is not completely like 3D, like raised, but you can definitely feel these dots throughout the pattern of this. All right, next thing is the fit and protection. Now I cannot talk about that without slapping this on, so let's put this on really quick. And I do like the dot case because it's a little slimmer in the UAG lineup. Some of their cases are pretty big and, you know, very expressive and rugged, like this one right here, this Monarch Pro. It's a little bit bigger, as you can see, a little bit more detail going on, but this one is a little bit more streamlined, a little bit more simple, which I do like that. Huge cutout for the camera plateau. I like the individual cutouts, but this works as well, and it's growing on me. Your buttons, very clicky right here. They actually, you know, I'll give them their props. They have some of the best buttons when it comes to their cases, or cutouts for the buttons. Very clicky, very responsive. Doesn't feel like I'm pressing too hard, or it's like too soft of a click. Your action button, let's see, that works just fine. I have it set to translate. You got your power Siri button right here, and then you have a nice cutout for your camera control. Again, I wish this was a little bit, like I said on the other video, I wish this was a little bit like lower, so I can get to the button. I can get to it just fine, and the controls work just fine because obviously it's a cutout and nothing's covering it. But I just wish the edges of the case wasn't as raised, so it just feels like my hand glides over it and I can just do a light press instead of like getting my finger deep into this groove. Again, cutouts for your charging port and your speakers. And then on your corners, you see it's a little bit reinforced. It has like an extra layer of protection on each of these corners. So if you drop it on any 4 corner, you are protected. So the fit is fine. Just only nitpicky thing I have is make this a little bit not as raised around here. All right, next thing on the list is wireless charging and MagSafe. So you see the MagSafe ring, obviously. So let's snap that on here. Boom, charges up, no problem. Let's give it a little shake test. And UAG has some of the strongest, at least in my opinion, magnets on their cases. Very good snap when it connects to a magnet. So next thing is drop resistance and reliability. So basically that falls into durability. And then my next category, which is what I call edge control. But drop resistance, if you drop this thing 100 out of 100 times, how well is it going to hold up? Are the edges of the case going to pop off and expose one of the corners to allow your phone to sustain damage? Short answer is no, you're not going to have that issue. The case is going to stay on. Even when you drop it on concrete, unlike some of the aramid fiber cases or silicone, these cases with this hard plastic right here or rubber, if you drop it, it's not going to fray. It's not going to chip away at the case. It's going to stay pretty solid on here. So you can toss this thing around and it will hold up. The case will hold up. I don't know why you would sit it in water, but if the case gets wet, it's raining, you get caught in the rain or something, the case is going to hold up. It's not going to discolor or make your phone feel extra slippery. As you can see, the camera plateau, you have that deep groove, so the case is actually raised higher than the actual camera modules. So if you drop it on the back, it's fine. Obviously on the 4 corners, it is fine. And then when it comes to the main display, which is what I call the edge control, basically, or let me do it right, gotta give it the proper intro. Edge control, basically I like to run my fingers left, right, up and down on any case just to see if it's met by any resistance, because if it is, which this one is, that means the case is raised slightly above the actual display. So if you do drop it face down, the case will take that initial impact instead of your display, which is good because you don't want your screen to get cracked. So this one has edge control. Some cases they have that waterfall effect where you feel no resistance and it just slides right off. That is not good for if it drops face down. That means your display is probably going to take a hit, and I don't want that. So no worries when it comes to this one. All right, so that is it for this, guys. Like I said, I want to keep it short and sweet, not trying to bore you guys, but let me know what you think down in the comments below. I really appreciate it. I love you guys as always, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.